Everyone in Brownsville has a story to tell. These are their stories. You're listening to Brownsville Matters, KXIQ 105.1's podcast show, where we learn a little bit of everything from all walks of life from the wonderful people in our community. Our next guest not only is part owner of La Pulga, but also owns one of the most superior hidden gems in all Brownsville, Heavenscent Creations.
Thank you.
Araceli Gomez Perez, welcome to Brownsville
so much.
Matters.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Araceli, I like to start things off with a little bit of a curveball question, a little fun curveball question to get the creative juices flowing.
Okay.
Flea markets, or pulgas as we know them here in the valley, bring all walks of life.
Right.
I feel like it is a key component to family outings, people's agenda for the weekends, and they tend to draw a little bit of everyone. La Pulga in Alamo, for instance, is famous for having one particular customer, Bronco 956, who, for those who are unfamiliar, is essentially an imitator of Guadalupe Esparza, I think his name is, right. The front runner of Grupo Bronco, the singer. Araceli, are there similar characters in Brownsville like that?
Well, not at the flea market. No. Not at the 77 flea market. We have, like you said, all walks of life there.
Yes.
It's a beautiful place, and it's a family-oriented business. It's so nothing like that. No, just us.
Yes. If there are interesting characters, they mainly keep to themselves. Let's say they don't necessarily make it a big deal to be an attraction in and of themselves.
Right,
is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, but that sounds fun. It sounds like something the whole family can enjoy. I guess follow-up question: what do you think? Because I've been to quote unquote flea markets in when I lived in Massachusetts, and it's not the same, Araceli.
Okay.
I don't know if have you been to?
I've been to a flea market in I think it was in the Austin area. It was some time back. You see, I grew up in the flea market.
Yes.
So I remember as a small child, my parents would take me to. They would go, and I would go with them because I was the youngest in the family. I'm the youngest. And we'd go to different flea markets up the valley. I have memories of that. But growing up, not so much because we were always at the flea market, you know? So, yeah. So, no, I haven't been out to other flea markets. No. Just I remember one, you know, and it was nice. It was nice. And I think it was in the Austin area, I think we went. But what's the difference?
Oh,
you tell me the difference.
Oh, I was going to ask you, but if you were to ask me what the difference is, Araceli, I feel that Las Pulgas here, they're more family friendly.
Okay.
Over there, I saw maybe 95% adults and maybe 5% kiddos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And here you see literally everyone.
Yes. We have all sorts of different generations, different ages of people, and different walks of life. And that's my parents have always instilled that you know, it's for everybody. It's the family. It's family.
That's wonderful.
So,
Yeah, I found that to be the most striking difference going over there. Something's missing. I don't know what it was until I sat down last night and thought about some questions to ask you.
Okay.
Wait, families. We are more family oriented here. And you see it at the official name is the 77 Flea Market?
77 Flea Market, correct.
Wonderful.
But everybody calls it La Pulga de Brownsville,
Sí.
La Pulga de Olmito, El Tianguis. I mean, we've heard it all.
Sure.
We've heard it all, but it's the 77 Flea Market, yeah.
Wonderful. Now, I'd like to talk about your origin story, Araceli.
Okay.
Are you originally from here? Are you from somewhere else? How did you grow up? What life was like? And where along the way did you pick up entrepreneurship?
Well, I think it's in my blood.
Wonderful.
I was born and raised here in Brownsville. So all my life until in 2021, my husband and I purchased a home in Los Fresnos. And so we moved over there. But we work here. We basically are here every day. So, but we sleep over there. But we still have property here and everything. So, yeah, my whole life, all our lives have been in Brownsville.
Wow.
So,
And how would you compare life back then to? Was it more easygoing? What was it like back then?
growing up in Brownsville,
Yeah.
always hot, always, and it was fun. As a kid, I had fun. You know, I had fun growing up at home. Growing up at the flea market, it was just a play place for me. You know. But it's always been very warm in Brownsville. I don't think I could stand the cold weather if I were to move somewhere else. I don't think I could be able to stand the snow or anything like that. I've never done that. So a lot more easygoing when you live at mom and dad's house. Well, yeah, things are easier because they pay for the bills and you don't have to worry about anything. Then you grow up and you get your own set of bills. You're so anxious to grow up and and pay bills. You know, it's like, God, you know, why would we want to do that? But it's
part
just
of life, I guess.
It's part of life. It's part of growing up and stuff. So it's different now versus growing up. Wouldn't change it though. You know, I'm married and we have 2 kids and it's good. Life is good. Praise God.
Wonderful. And now, where did you pick up entrepreneurship along the way? Was Heavenscent your first venture? Was the Pulga your first venture? Was something else your first venture? What was it?
Well, I grew up at the flea market,
Yes.
and we would have sometimes garage sales there,
Okay.
like us selling me selling my stuff.
You
know?
were a vendor at the flea market.
Yes,
Gotcha.
but not every weekend, right? I was just getting rid of my toys or
Right.
getting rid of my stuff, right? Which now I regret.
Oh no!
Selling, you know, some of the toys. You know what I mean?
Are they considered collectibles now?
Well, yeah, like my Raggedy Ann, like my bicycle, which is not really a collectible. It's just I shouldn't have sold it. That was my bike, you know, things like that. You know what I mean? But oh well. And then I started working with beads and making angels out of beads. And I started selling them, and people really liked them and stuff. And then it kind of faded away, right? And so then I started putting in jewelry. I would make jewelry to sell it, but a lot of the times people don't care too much about your creation. They just want to buy the bracelet or whatever it is that you're selling,
Right.
but they're not willing to spend
Yeah.
on that. So they want to give you $1 for your work, which is kind of difficult and sad.
Yeah.
So I started to just purchasing to resell. It was cheaper that way. And then I'm not as attached, I guess you could say.
Right.
And so I started setting up at events. I got my sales tax permit.
Yes.
I got all that stuff because you need to have that to
Yes.
be able to set up and sell.
Correct.
My sales tax permit, I registered my business, everything. And then I started setting up at events. And then I had a booth there at the flea market for a while as well, selling. And then eventually we purchased the building, fixed it up. And then here came my shop, and it's been a journey, you know, it's been wonderful. And to tell you the truth, this year, 10 years it's our 10th year anniversary there at my shop.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We're really excited about that. It's going to be on Wednesday, July 8th, 2026. From 12 to 6, I want to have vendors there,
Yes.
food, music, 10 years. So it's pretty exciting.
10 years at Heavenscent Creations.
Correct, there at the building. But I've had the business for longer because I was setting up at little events here and there and stuff like that.
Yes.
But at my shop, 10 years. Crazy.
Now,
Crazy.
I feel like we really, really have to talk about Heavenscent Creations because it is, like I said, a hidden gem.
Thank you.
It is in a spot where you would not expect it to be there.
I know. I get that a lot.
Right. Yeah, it's a little bit hidden.
Correct.
near the Valley Baptist Hospital.
Correct.
But if you when you find it, it is such a rewarding experience
Thank
to
you.
explore the inventory.
Thank you.
See what surprises await in the shelves.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this like one big onion.
Okay,
because there's
wonderful.
just so much to talk about Heavenscent Creations.
Thank you.
Araceli, first off, where is it?
Okay, so the address is 615 Villa Maria Boulevard. I'm Suite A. My shop is Suite A. I have other suites there. B and C are also mine. I've expanded.
Yes.
Because I just have so much merchandise, so much inventory.
Mm-hmm.
And I was piling stuff on top of stuff, and it's like, no, this is not working. It was too crowded in Suite A. So I've expanded to Suite B and now Suite C.
Wonderful.
Yes, it is wonderful. Suite D is taken by A&D Collectibles.
Yes.
That was a really cool shop as well. Owner is Arnold Lambert and his wife, Rose Lambert. And they have vintage toys, records, very cool stuff. More like man cave stuff. Cave stuff.
That's a good descriptor.
Right. And then with me over here, I have, a variety of stuff. Jewelry, ladies' accessories, home decor. And then I sell vintage and new. I have new items and then I have vintage items. And so it's pretty cool.
No, it really is. When I just happened to go there, I want to say sometime last year.
Right. Because you saw my post.
I saw the post, yes.
Right, yeah.
Yes, it was a post that I think Brownsville Online promoted.
Brownsville Online promoted,
Yes.
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
They brought in, oh my God, a huge wave of new customers,
Yes.
which was really cool.
So I did have the pleasure of exploring both stores in the building.
Yeah. We said Brownsville Today, right?
Was it Brownsville Today or Brownsville Online?
No, it was Brownsville Today.
Brownsville Today.
Brownsville Today.
Okay, Brownsville
They were
Today.
the ones.
Gotcha,
yeah. It's a couple.
Yes.
Husband and wife duo. Yeah.
There you go.
It was them. They posted first my shop, and then I don't know, a few weeks later they posted A&D Collectibles. So with each post, we've gotten a wave of customers, and then they posted my shop again, and then they posted A&D Collectibles again. So it was very nice of them, sweet,
Yes.
And we get new customers, even on Facebook, on Instagram, and then people walking in. So they're like, oh my God, I didn't know this was here.
Right.
I get that a lot.
Yes. I feel that right now, Araceli, we are, and I say we because I'm also a retailer.
Correct.
We are in a market that can be a little bit tricky because we are in the age of Amazon.
Right.
In the sense that if anyone wants to buy anything at all, they don't have to go to the supermarket. They don't have to go to one of our stores.
Right.
They can get something similar because they don't sell what you sell, Araceli. You sell special items.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, you sell very special items.
Handpicked by me.
Handpicked by you. The thing is, most people are accustomed to getting whatever they want at their doorstep in 2 clicks.
Correct.
But I feel like you have a great way of adapting to that, like you said, by hand curating your inventory to make the experience of going to the store, browsing through the store, and purchasing through the store a very valuable experience.
Thank you.
So, Araceli, what is it like to curate your inventory? What do you look for?
Okay. Something different, pretty, cute. Now, sometimes it's not necessarily my taste, but I think it's cool. And I'm sure somebody else is going to think the same way, is going to really like it. Whatever catches my eye, and then of course the price. If it's outrageous, I can't do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't because I plan to resell it. I'm not going to keep it, right? Now, if I get it for $1, hey, wonderful. Turn that $1 to $2.
Right.
That's awesome, But if it's something now, of course, if the item is worth it, but then I get attached, and that's not my intention. This is not for me, for my house. My plan is to resell it. So I can't get attached. I purchase to resell. So, but if the price is outrageous, if the price is right, okay.
Yes.
And then flip it, make a couple of dollars off of it. That's great. I'm not there to become rich with one item. That's not going to happen.
Right.
But I like to also keep it affordable for the person that's walking in and stuff, and say, hey, and they think, oh my God, yeah, I got a great deal.
Right.
And I made a few bucks off of it, and that's okay.
Right. Right. Now, some people ask me all the time, and we don't have to go into it because I'm very secretive of it myself as to where I source my items.
I get that question on a daily.
Yes.
I do.
Are you also kind of secretive about it?
I tell them everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, me
Everywhere,
too.
which is really true.
It is true.
Here in Brownsville, in the valley, up north, when we travel out, I hit the shops. What also helps a lot is that I have 4 sisters, and they love to shop as well. So that sometimes they'll see something and they say, hey, I see this.
Right.
What do you think? Do you like it? Look at the price. It's on clearance, whatever. Right. And I'm like, yes, get it. And then they bring it to me, bring me a receipt. I pay them. And, also we're constantly purging things out of our home.
Right. Their
home, my home. My boys, I have 2 sons, and they're purging things out of their room. Naturally, I'm not going to throw away that stuff. Some things are barely even used, and I don't have time to do garage sales, so I take it to the shop, price it, somebody will take it. Also, and this is a huge blessing, it really is, I have wonderful customers who have donated stuff to me. Yes. And they say, you know what? I don't want to give it to Goodwill. I don't have time for a garage sale. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to do that. Right. They're like, here. And they bring me a box of random stuff, So books. I've gotten books.
Yes.
I've gotten books from, people. So because they're giving them away. And I'm like, I'll get them. Sure. No problem. And then, like the books that you purchased for me, those were from my collection. I had them. But I thought to myself, enough. Let them, get a new life somewhere else and move on. I had them for a while. That's it. Let's go. And so that all that, those are huge blessings. Huge blessings. So.
Thank you for showing a little peek behind the curtain because I give my customers the same the same spiel as to. I also feel that if you reveal too much, it takes away the magic.
It does. It does. And now you can't have multiples of one thing. That also takes away the magic.
Correct.
So they think, oh my God, this is the only one I need to purchase it, right? But yet, you can't have a dozen of that's one thing because then it doesn't make it as special. Right. So, yeah, that also. You have to, if you have multiples of one thing, you need to keep those in storage and then take them out once you've sold that particular item. And then people love that.
Oh, for sure. No, it's particularly true for me for the more secondhand and antique items because I also sell new items. And but new items, I have the backing of the distributors, so I could order them at any time.
Right.
But with the secondhand and antiques, I get reminded of this one sign that I saw in an antique store in Comfort, Texas. And it goes like this. It goes, the item you see today and are thinking about buying tomorrow will be purchased by someone today who thought about it yesterday.
Correct. And that happens at my store. Yes. I'll have a customer say, oh my God, I really like this, but I don't have the money now. I'll come back on payday, right? Sure. Friday, whatever day that is. Sometimes by the time they do come back, it's gone.
No.
So it's like, they're like, you had it right here. Yeah, sorry, it got sold.
Right.
I go, you have to purchase it when you see it because it might not be there. Right. It might, which wonderful. And they get happy when they see that particular item that they had loved. but didn't have the money for,
Right.
or, whatever the case. Some people will ask me if I do layaway. No,
Yeah.
I don't like doing layaway. I have done it in the past for like pricey items.
Me too. Yes.
But I really don't like layaway because that means I need to store it for them and keep it safe until they, completely pay it. And I'm afraid, what if it breaks? What if something happens to it? And then I'm responsible. No, I don't want to do that. No. I've also had people wanted to do consignment with me. No, I don't want to do that. All the stuff you see here is my stuff.
Right.
Now, there are a few things that belong to my sisters.
I see.
And they're purging things out, and it's like, if I sell it, we get half and half. She gets half, I get half. But it's only because it's my sisters.
Right.
And then they've given me like 100 more things, to help them out with these few things. Okay, but you know what I'm saying? It's just I'll do it for them.
Right.
But not for other customers. No, no, I have enough.
Right. Yeah. Consignment can be very tricky, and in my case, since I do sell books, I am a little bit more open to it because the consignment here mainly applies to local authors.
Yeah, right.
Specifically, I did it more so in the past before I encouraged them to publish traditionally or go through the independent author route through my distributor, so that their books can not only be available to the local independent bookstores, but to all the bookstores in America.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So I do encourage it. I do encourage that method specifically because I feel you also have to deal with keeping track of the items that they have there, what gets sold, when it gets sold, what the cut is,
everything. Everything. What if it gets torn? What if and like, hey,
what if it gets shoplifted?
Yeah, things sometimes disappear, and it's like, I had this right here. Where is it now?
Right.
It's like, oh God, did I move it?
Right.
Sometimes you'll have customers move things.
Right.
And it's like, I had it here. Where is it? And I start looking. 9 times out of 10, I find it. It's over here, and I put it back because I know it was here. So, but yeah, that happens. That can happen. Yeah, shoplifting is, and it's crazy, right? Like, why would you?
What? Yeah, why?
Why would you do that? But, and I have cameras and stuff. Yeah, but.
I mean, I don't say this to condone or forgive it, but if someone were to do it at Target or Walmart. Don't do it from a local vendor. Don't do it from a local business owner. Come on, that's mean.
You're killing us. Yeah. And it's and then also I've had broken items. People break things.
Yeah.
And I have you break you pay signs all over.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not Walmart. I'm not. It's different.
Right.
So, but for the most part, people are really good, and they're like, I'm keeping my hands to myself,
Yeah.
Like small children,
Mm-hmm.
But that has happened as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has.
Mm-hmm. Actually, one sec. I've been enjoying the conversation so much that my computer's locked out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is where I have my notes.
I see. Okay.
All right, good. We are resuming it. Now, chronologically, what came first, Heavenscent or the 77 Flea Market?
Oh, no, the 77 Flea Market.
Right.
My parents opened back in 1981 on an Easter Sunday.
Wow.
They opened on an Easter Sunday in 1981. So I was like 5-6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why you're saying that you grew up with it.
I grew up with the flea market, and I used to get $5 allowance. My dad would give me $5 allowance. That was a lot of money. So I would purchase a whole bunch of little toys and things there at the flea market and stuff. It was my playground. I loved it. Love it. I love the flea market.
Mm-hmm. And Brownsville does too. When did you start getting involved in a professional capacity?
When I was 15 years old, I started working at the office.
Okay.
Right. Helping my mom rent out booths, answering the phone, things like that. Yeah, the flea. Yeah, as I was 15, I was fairly young. So while my friends were going to the beach on the weekend, I was working.
And I'm sure you employ those skills over at Heavenscent Creation.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You get to learn how to read people, how to, you know who they are, exactly who they are when they're walking in that sense. You just get a certain vibe, or you just get to know people. Yeah. So, and then my mom taught me so much, and then you learn it. You just learn it along as you go. It's just so.
What would you say is the biggest misconception people have about the flea market?
Biggest misconception. Let's see here. There were, okay. That we've sold the flea market.
What?
We have sold it to Walmart.
What?
We have sold it to H-E-B. And the most latest is that we've sold it to Elon Musk.
No.
So we get that a lot. And I mean, customers, like really worried customers, have come up to us and asked us if we've sold it, and what are we gonna do? And it's like, we haven't sold it.
No. Neither
of those three companies have ever approached us wanting to purchase the flea market. No. So
what would we
that's funny.
77X.
He bought Boca Chica.
No. Let's keep the 77 flea market local, please.
Yeah. So far, so good. We've kept it. Yeah. And it's because of the people. It's because of the people that they keep on coming back. And my mom and my dad, they built something really good.
They did.
They
really did.
Yeah. And so we've tried our best to keep it up and keep providing the wonderful service that my mom provided. And we're doing our best. We learned from my mom, their ethic, their work ethic, all of that. I mean, we're there.
Yeah. Now, suppose one of our listeners wants to sell items at the flea market.
Okay, sure.
What would that process look like for them?
Okay, so if they want to just sell items, things, they would need to have a sales tax permit from the state of Texas.
Okay.
Which is from the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts office.
Yes.
They need to go to their office here in Brownsville. They can get it in any city, really, in the state of Texas. It would work in the whole state of Texas. So if you get your permit here in Brownsville and you want to go to Dallas and sell over there at a flea market over there, you can. It's the same permit. It works through the whole state of Texas. You have to take your valid driver's license, your state ID, and your social security number, and they will give you the permit for free. They don't charge you for it. You do need to report taxes quarterly or yearly. I don't know. However, they'll set it up for you. And then every time you go and sell, every time you go and rent at the flea market with us there, you need to have that permit in your hand because we will be asking for it.
Yes.
If they want to sell food, it's with the health department from the city of Brownsville and the sales tax permit. Yes. If they want to sell plants, they have to get the permit from the agriculture department.
There's a permit for plants.
Yes, there is.
No
Absolutely. Idea. Yeah. We have people sometimes that want to have a garage sale, but then they'll have like extra aloe plants at home, extra little plants that they have at home, and they want to sell them as well. You can't do that. You need to have the agriculture department permit. So, right. And the sales tax permit.
I see.
So, yeah, it just depends what you want to sell. And then, of course, we have restrictions on certain things that we don't allow people to sell and stuff like that,
I understand. Like things that could be dangerous or
correct.
Adjacent to illegal substances.
Correct.
I see. to not get into it. To talk about it without talking about it.
But you need to put it for them and say, you can't sell this, you can't sell that, you can't sell that. And it's like, oh, okay.
Right.
So
if I'm not mistaken, the Comptroller's office is on 802.
Correct. 1655
Yeah.
Ruben M. Torres
Very good.
Boulevard, Suite 104.
Very specific. I love it.
I say it like a billion times a weekend.
It's memorized.
So yeah, I have it. 1655 Ruben M. Torres. And they're open to the public on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 4.
Yes.
And then on Fridays from 9 to noon, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't even bother saying Friday. Just go on Monday or Wednesday with them. That'd be your best bet.
Right.
And I tell the people, it's very simple. They don't take very long to give you your permit.
Right.
Maybe 10, 15 minutes. Just depends how many people are in front of you. Not a big deal, you know. But people are afraid. They don't know what to do. How do I do this? And then I hope that every time that they speak to one of us, that they feel confident and that they know what they're doing and that they can go themselves and get the permit. It's not that big of a deal.
Right. No, I have one myself. At the end of the day, the state of Texas wants tax dollars.
Right. They want their cut.
They want their cut out of our hard work.
Yeah. And I explained that to the customers. I said, it's like when we go to HEB, we go to Walmart, right? They charge us taxes and they're like, yes. Well, they gather those taxes and pay them to the state.
Right.
That's what you're going to do. They see you as a small business.
Right.
But it's my used garage stuff.
Doesn't
matter. Right. Yeah. If that particular item gets sold 5 different times, taxes should be collected and paid.
Right.
Wow. It's amazing, right? It's like, wow, 5 times, really? These, or, whatever it is. My little shop, I have also a sales tax permit, and I charge taxes, and people look at me sometimes kind of funny, like, why are you charging me taxes, you know? Or when I've set up at events, they also look at me funny. Yeah, I have a permit. I have to charge taxes. Some people don't like it. Sorry.
Right, because the alternative would be to charge, say, a round number for it.
Correct.
But in doing so, you absorb the sales tax.
Correct. And I've had a customer or two tell me, don't charge me taxes. And it's like,
I have to.
I have to charge you taxes,
Yeah.
And I had this one particular customer. She purchased a little item. It was $1. And she says, don't charge me the taxes. And I said, it's just 8 cents. I go, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll pay the taxes. I told her I'll do that. I'll put the 8 pennies.
Okay.
It was an item. It was broken. Nobody had really looked at it.
Sure.
So I said, okay, go ahead and take it.
Sure.
I'll pay the 8 pennies. And I did. That's what I did.
There you go.
So, but I just got rid of that item. It's just like, okay, go ahead and take it, ma'am. No worries.
Yes. In those cases, we could consider 93 cents, and then the 7 cents is the tax, quote unquote.
Yeah. So
yes.
I put it in, and I just put in the 8 pennies. I'm like, that's okay. I'll pay for it, ma'am. No worries.
There you go.
That's what she took. I got rid of the item. It's okay. It was a real pretty item, but it was broken. So it was cute, but it was broken. So but that's okay.
Yes, because I've been to the 77 flea market a couple times, and I've been amazed at the diversity of products.
Right.
I had such a ball with a guy that sold antique coins.
Okay.
Of all things.
Yeah.
I was there for a solid half hour exploring.
Just with him?
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Half of which was actually looking at the coins. The other half was talking about the coin.
Right. And you know what? That's the joys of having your own business.
Right.
I love talking to the customers.
Yes.
They're at my shop. I love that. We get a lot of people from out of town. We get a lot of people from out of state. So they come in and it's like, do you know of any other shops like this and stuff? And if they are staying here over the weekend, because a lot of people, we're leaving on Friday, or we're going back home on, the next day, or whatever the case. But if they're here over the weekend, I do send them to the flea market.
I see.
I tell them about it. And some people are like, oh, yes, I already have it. We're scheduled. We're going to go. And tell them about other little shops in Brownsville. But because they're looking for, vintage items and antiques or little shops like that. So I do tell them.
And likewise, I have sent people your way.
Oh, you.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and it's and people don't know. They don't know. They don't see it, or And then I don't know if this has happened to you, but people have asked me, well, I put it in the GPS, but it took me over there by the hospital. And like in my case, I've had a few people tell me that it led them to like where the hospital is. And I'm like, I don't know how to fix that. I don't know. Yeah. And they walk in, it's like, man, you're hard to find. And I'm like, I'm just a block in, from Central, from Elizabeth. I don't.
But once you find it, it is absolutely worth it.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I get that a lot as well. And then it's like, I'm going to bring my sister. I'm going to bring my mom. I'm going to bring my friends. And I have had repeating customers bring me their family members. So cool. It's very cool. I love it. I love that feeling. So.
To our listeners who are just tuning in, we are in conversation with Araceli Gomez Perez, the proud owner of Heavenscent Creations and part-time owner of the 77 Flea Market, right. La Pulga. I do have to ask, Araceli, what has been your proudest sale?
Okay. My proudest sale. Well, I really love when I purchase something and I immediately flip it and it's gone.
Yes.
I love that. But I always have to think back to like when I was setting up Just at Events and I sold my first necklace. I was so excited. I remember that necklace. And it was it was a young couple, like boyfriend, girlfriend, young teenagers. And he bought it for her.
Aww.
I remember that sale. It was because I was doing the angels prior to that. The little angels with the beads and stuff.
Okay.
So, but then I had to change because that was like fading away, the angels. It wasn't working. So I started putting in jewelry. And that was the first piece of jewelry I sold. And it was to a boyfriend and girlfriend. He bought it for her.
Yes.
That was really cute. And I remember that item. How funny, right? Yeah, but I've had quite a bit. I had this one particular customer come in. She purchased a glass. It was I don't know if you remember Tab, the soda. Tab
soda. Okay.
Tab soda. It was TAB, Tab, and it was the glass, and it was like the hourglass shape. That was the shape of the glass.
Wow.
And it had Tab on it, and I knew it was vintage because I remember that soda.
Yes.
And so I bought it, and I had it there in my shop. Time passed. A lady walks in, and she was so excited when she saw it. She said, "Can I take a picture of it?" I said, "Absolutely." So she took a picture, sent it to her sister. And she says, "I've been looking for one of these forever."
What?
She said that her dad used to work at that company.
No
Tab.
way.
And she said that her dad had given her a glass when she was little.
Oh.
And that, she grew up or whatever, and her son broke it.
No.
And she was like, she was so upset. And I said, well, you should have kept it somewhere up high. You can't just leave it in the cupboard because, it's free for all, right? Everybody's going to grab whatever you have there, right? As a mom, you need to put things away if you don't want your kids to touch them.
Yeah, it's a collectible glass.
Right.
Yeah.
And then so she's like, I've been looking for one of these forever. My sister, every time we go shopping or she goes shopping and stuff, she's always on the hunt for one as well. I said, you never know what you might find in my shop. So I repeat her story quite a bit.
That's amazing.
She was so happy. So that's pretty cool. Lately, I sold a set of 4 pool sticks.
Pool sticks. Oh, yeah. Pool sticks.
Pool sticks, yeah. I had them for $100 for all 4 of them.
Okay.
It was Graphite is the brand, right? But they looked really good. And I looked them up and stuff. I mean, I don't know much about pool, right? But I Google and all that stuff. And I said, oh, okay. So, I got a good price for all 4 of them. I thought, something reasonable. I put them up for sale and stuff. I had a young man come in. He was really interested in them. And I said, do you know much about pool? He goes, yeah, these are really good. He says, where you screw them together, it's made out of metal. And he started telling me about the pool sticks, right?
Yes.
And I'm like, well, I just thought they were nice. I thought they were pretty, right? Yeah. That was and I knew they were good, right? You could tell. And so he's like, I play pool competitively. I've been playing it for 2 years. And I said, wow. So he knew what he was talking about. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I like that. And that was a recent sale that I had not too long ago.
Wow.
I know. I was like, hey, well, he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
And he paid the $100 for all 4 of them.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Or 10825 with sales taxes.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. He paid the taxes as well. So
10825.
Yeah, he paid it. So he was there with his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
His girlfriend purchased a couple of frames and stuff. So yeah, it was nice.
It really sounds like you are an optimal dating experience based on all this conversation.
Thank you. You have had sales like that just stand out to you? Do you have had that at your shop?
Yes. And they mainly pertain to items that are antique, vintage. It is a market that is a little difficult,
right?
Because there really aren't many antiquarian bookstores.
No,
not just in Texas, but the whole country.
Right.
They're very rare, but it's so much fun at a
yeah. You get those special customers,
right?
That are like you. I like that. That's cool.
And for a specific example, there was a pastor who purchased a Bible from us from the 1800s. Oh, wow. The biggest Bible you've ever seen.
Wow. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yes.
It must have been beautiful.
That was one. There was also a collector from Seattle who came in to purchase this limited edition Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream from 1907. Only 1,000 were made. And then, to my knowledge,
how many are still lit? How many have survived?
Right. And then on top of that, it was the only one that I could find that still had the box. It came in a box.
Yes. People look for that as well.
Right.
They want the box, and some people don't care too much for it. Like, I sell precious moments as well.
Right.
Not everybody likes precious moments, what have you, and they're like, oh, they're a dime a dozen or what have you.
What are precious moments?
Precious moments, they're little figurines, the little ceramic figurines.
Oh,
precious
yes.
moments.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Are they the ones with like the teardrop shaped eyes?
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, they're very cute. Yes.
Yeah, they're very cute. And
yes.
But they were made in mass amounts, so it just depends. Who your customer is. Some people are like, oh no, you don't make any money off of that. But it just depends, right? Who you're selling it to. And so I had a couple who came in and they purchased one, and I forgot that. They grabbed it and the box was there. They didn't take the box, and so I just wrapped it up for them and they took it, right? And they left the box behind. I said, oh my God, to me, that's important.
Yes.
The box. And it was a 1980s piece.
Oh, it certainly adds value with the box.
It's vintage, right? Yes. So I found him on Facebook, and I said, hey, you left the box behind. Do you want it? This and that. He's like, no, you can throw it away. And I'm like,
no.
I'm like, oh my God. So I kept it.
Yes.
I said, oh God, is this a borderline hoarding? What is this? But I kept it. I said, and then I had another customer come in. She purchased also a Precious Moments figurine, and that one did not have a box. Oh. And I said, I have this box. Would you like for me to put it in here? Just, to protect it.
Sure.
While you're taking it home. She's like, okay. I put it in there. So it just... it just depends on but some customers do look for the box.
Right.
And they want it in perfect condition, which is kind of difficult for it to be in perfect condition, I have some comics as well, a few comics, not very many. Also, they need to be pristine and stuff. And, kind of difficult. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, I once got asked if I sold professionally graded comics.
Oh,
Yeah, is in the types that you mail off and then they verify the condition,
Right.
the rarity, and then they give it a grade.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You pay them for that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a whole market that I'm not familiar with.
Correct. Yeah. No. I don't do that.
Neither do
I'm not going to do that. And then I've had customers also who want me to look at their bills, like money. Money.
The currency, yes.
The currency, also like coins and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry. I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will Google an item and I'll look for it but I cannot give you that kind of information. I have no idea. So,
Yeah, there's other people that do have that kind of knowledge.
Right.
I think that there's an antique store in Palm Boulevard that does coins. Junk and Treasure, I think.
Junk and Treasure.
Yeah,
she closed. Nora.
She closed.
She closed. I'm so sad.
I'm so sad to hear that.
Yeah, she
Oh.
closed. So I would direct those particular customers, and then also like customers that are new from out of town customers over there to her, because she has really cool unique stuff in her
Yes.
shop. And also Mr. Raymond, which is like cat a corner to her.
Yes.
It says antiques on his shop.
Yes.
So, but I told her she had temporarily closed.
Okay.
I said, let me know when you reopen so I can continue sending you customers down that way.
Sure.
But then I saw it on Facebook that she completely closed.
Oh no.
I know. And I would send those customers over to her that wanted, more information about coins and stuff like that. I said, no,
Right.
I don't do that. No.
Yeah, no, because I feel like again, living in an age where retail can be tricky, we have to look out for each other,
Right.
and especially being knowledgeable that each one of us has our own strengths. And I only sell books,
Right.
And some people ask if my decor is for sale.
Yeah.
I send them to you. Whoever asks that, I go to Heavenscent Creation.
I appreciate that. Well, you did buy that lamp. Did you put it there at your shop or
Yes.
did you take that one home?
Yeah, no, it's there.
It's at the
there.
shop. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a real pretty lamp.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the books that you bought. Did you end up putting them at your shop or they're in your personal collection?
I did resell them, yes.
Yeah. Good for you.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
What else was I gonna say? Oh my gosh.
We were talking about the decor. The decor.
Oh yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. We are resuming. I am really gonna miss Nora. Talking about the decor. There is a suit of armor that I have at the shop.
Okay. Yes.
And it came from her.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She had pretty cool stuff. Pretty neat stuff. I don't know what she might have done with her stuff. I'm not too sure, but she had really unique items, very different. And I would send customers over to her. I would, and she would send to me as well, or to A&D Collectibles. Our way.
Right.
Well, if they find me, they find A&D Collectibles. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm right across the hall, and so they work. Arnold and Rose Amber, they work, and so I open for them and help them out. And
I see.
If we get customers and stuff. It just depends. It depends on the customer. Sometimes they're in such a hurry. They're like, no, I'm just killing time. I want to see you really quick. Or they come for a specific item that they've seen in my shop. But if they're here from out of town, I definitely want to open both shops so they could see. Yeah. Then you never know.
Yes. How involved are you in social media?
Well, I'm always posting on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. I have an eBay account. TikTok. I try to post on all of them.
Right.
Whatever item I'm selling, and put the price in there and all that stuff. And so I try my best.
It can be a part-time job.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yes.
You have to purchase the item. You have to clean it up.
Yes.
You have to research it. You have to price it. And I have the square, so I have to enter that information onto my square. have to, price the item and everything. Take pictures of it, put it on social media, and then I can put it on the shelf. It takes a while.
It does.
It does take a while. So I have a lot of jewelry and stuff, and I try to at least maybe get 10 pieces of jewelry, take pictures of that, and then post it on social media. But it's a huge help. People see me, through Facebook. Instagram is a very popular one, TikTok and stuff. So it all helps. And I have I don't know if you have it, but I have a link tree. Well,
yes.
So like that, it goes through Facebook. Everything is on there. So if they have Instagram, they can find my Instagram. Or it's very cool. My son helped me. He put that one up for me. He helped me out with that. Yeah, I know. So, but it's a lot of work. Time consuming.
Yes. The thing is, I feel like that's the only way where we, as retailers, stand a chance in this modern world of ours.
Right. And I've had customers contact me from out of state.
Right.
About a particular item. And it's like, okay, I want to purchase it. How much is it for shipping? Well, let me get you the shipping. And
wow.
And it was real funny.
Yes.
I had this one particular book I was selling. It was in my storage. I have a little storage there at the shop, right? And for some reason, I don't know why, it was on the floor, this book.
Okay.
Why is it on the floor instead of on a shelf or in a box or somewhere, right? So I picked it up and I decided to price it. Yeah. And I put it on Facebook. I had an old elderly lady, you could tell over the phone. She contacted me on the phone, and because my phone number is on the pictures, right?
Right.
And she's like, I want to purchase it. She says, is that the only one you have of that particular author? And I said, yes. Are you going to get any more?
I don't
know. I purchase and resell. I don't know what I'm going to get. I have no idea.
That's the charm of it.
Right. And she's like, okay. So she gave me her credit card number. She's like, go ahead and charge it. I said, well, I don't know the shipping. Doesn't matter. I'm going to give you my credit card number. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
I know. She was very trusting. And yes. And then so I got the shipping for her, the amount and everything. I said, and I called her back and I said, it's going to be this amount and I'm going to go ahead and charge it now. She's like, okay, go ahead. And I sent it off to her. And that one was so weird because that book was on the floor. Like, why did it end up on the floor in my storage room? I'm not sure.
Do you remember what book it was?
Oh God, no, I don't. And it was not a recent book. It was a vintage book already. Right. It was already, and it was two authors, a man and a woman. I don't remember the name of the book. I have no idea. I've sold so much stuff. I have no idea. But she liked that particular author.
One of them.
Okay. She said she already had other books, and it was kind of like a self-help kind of book.
Okay.
It was kind of like that, and I was like, okay. But I know, and it was like it was an old book already,
right? I'm trying to think of self-help.
It was books. Kind of a self-help, and those were the type of books that those authors wrote. Okay. Like they didn't have just one; they had multiple. And she says, I really like his books. And I'm like, okay.
Was it Jack Canfield maybe? Like the chicken soup for the...
No, okay, I would have remembered that.
You would have remembered that? Okay.
Yeah, because my kids used to read those. Yeah, no. No. It was, I don't know. It was just a different book. I don't know. And that was pretty interesting. And I had just posted it on Facebook. She saw it, and she was from out of state. It wasn't here, Texas. It was from out of state. And I sent it to her. It's pretty cool.
Wonderful.
Facebook.
Yes.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, so I like that.
Yeah, well, way to employ social media to your business's advantage. Because like I said, it's the only way nowadays. For retailers to survive, it's the only way.
Right. And I ask customers when they walk in, have you all been here before? No, this is our first time. Well, how did you hear of us? Oh, Instagram. Yes. Or, I saw it on Facebook.
Right.
Or, a lot of the times I also get customers, oh, well, my sister told me, or, a relative told me about it.
Right.
But mostly it's social media.
Correct.
Yeah, it happens.
Araceli, what would you say is the best tidbit of advice that you've learned so far that you wish to impart upon our listeners?
You have to develop a thick skin.
Ooh. Do you get rude customers?
Sometimes, which is strange
Right.
to me. But yeah, sometimes people can tell you rude stuff. You know, you take things personal because it's personal. This is my shop. This is mine. You know,
right?
But you. I mean, believe me, most of them are really good.
Yeah.
I get great compliments and stuff. And there's those few that kind of like hurt your feelings sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, but again, you just put them in their place and that's it.
Right.
I said, you gotta.
Right.
You gotta.
Right. I had a couple of interactions recently, where they're not rude. And I have absolutely nothing against browsers. Because they enter the store, maybe they saw it on social media, like we said.
Right.
And they want to explore, but maybe they're not feeling it, and that's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, but they could talk about it to their friends, their family. Hey, I went to the store today. Maybe you. I didn't find anything, but maybe you will like it.
Correct.
It's probably what goes on behind the scenes.
Right.
I will say though, there have been a couple of times, because I am in downtown and things are going up in price.
Yeah.
I did start the process of opening a coffee bar.
I saw that.
Yes,
it's looking good.
Thank you.
I saw that.
But it happens at Araceli where people come in. Is the coffee ready yet? No. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm thinking, wait.
Yeah. You know, there's more to offer than just the coffee.
Right. At least look around.
Yeah, look around. Yeah, look around. Exactly. I do have some of those customers as well that just like walk in. It's like, like it's not for them, and they walk out.
Right.
It's like, okay,
and that's okay.
And all right, I'm not too sure what exactly they were expecting or.
Right.
And then also, like the name of my shop can be, I guess, misleading.
Okay.
Because it's Heavenscent, like sent from heaven, right? From up above. But people think it's Heavenscent, like smell.
Oh.
Yeah, and so they think I sell candles.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I do have candles, but not to what they're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that.
Do you get people maybe thinking that you sell like religious memorabilia? Because,
yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, they think I sell like baptism.
Okay.
Items like the clothing and the candles for that and the
rosaries.
And I do have rosaries for sale and I do have crosses for sale. And I do have religious items for sale.
Right.
But not like that. Like for baptism, all the stuff you need for baptism. No, I don't have that. You know, and I try to direct them to where I think they do sell.
Right.
And I've had also customers think that it's a flower shop.
Okay.
And no.
They're heavenly scents.
I'm not sure. I've had also some customers asking if I wrap presents.
Oh.
It's like, I mean, I do, but not on a professional basis. You know, at home might not come out so pretty if I wrap it for them.
Gosh.
You know, that I get that too. Yeah. So
because we do wrap our books sometimes. We call them blind dates with a book.
I've seen that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a trending thing across all the bookstores in America right now.
Yes.
I cannot do it for the life of me. But someone asked if I could gift wrap it because it was his girlfriend's birthday.
Right.
So, because it was time sensitive and because it was important, I took it upon myself, Araceli. I was fighting for my life trying to wrap that darn book.
That's funny.
And then I used the bow to kind of hide the imperfections.
Oh my God.
But sometimes, we have to do these things for our customers.
Right. And you know what? I do have gift bags.
Yes.
So, and because I'll hear it in their conversation, I'm looking for something for my wife or my girlfriend or whatever. And if they purchase something fairly small that I have gift bags for, I'll put it in a gift bag for them and put tissue paper in there. So I've done that as well. And, sometimes they'll give me a tip for that, or and I'll tell, or sometimes I'll tell them, I have this for $1. You want it?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yes, go ahead. I'm like, okay. So it's just an extra little thing you can do for your customers, and they like it. So yeah, I've had that.
Araceli, who do you credit the most to make you the woman you are today?
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
God is a very huge presence in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
So, God, my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My mom she still is in my life. She passed away in 2019. But the voice in my head is her voice.
Wow.
So, and that's what I tell my kids. The voice in your head is my voice. If you have to ask yourself, would mom approve? You better think about what you're going to do. And I tell them that. So, but yeah, my mom, and I feel like she's watching me. I know she's watching me. I know she's with me. So, yeah. And then, of course, me and my husband and my kids. Mm-hmm. I work for them. My siblings. Mm-hmm. It's important. Mm-hmm. And the disappointment, you don't want to disappoint.
Right.
Even though, like, my mom and dad are no longer here with us. Mm-hmm. I know they're watching me.
So you're essentially their representation on earth.
Right. Yeah. We all are, for our parents. And so you got to be careful with what you do and stuff, because they can see you. They see you. They know what you're doing. And so like I said, the disappointment there, I don't want to disappoint my parents, so be good, just be good person and stuff. And so I've learned a lot from my mom, my dad. Mm-hmm. So I just do them proud. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like in the future, after my parents finish their time, I feel like their voices might be in my conscience.
Yeah. That voice, it's your mom. That's what it is.
Exactly how you said it.
It is. And I tell my kids all that all the time. I tell, you have to ask yourself, hey, will mom approve? Yeah. And if the answer is no, you better.
Right.
You better behave. Like, just do good. Mm-hmm. And you know what? When my kids go out, I even talk to their friends. It's like,
yes.
Y'all be careful. Y'all stay together. They're going to a concert. If you need to go to the restroom, you're all going to go to the restroom.
Right.
Y'all wait outside for each other. You don't leave.
Right.
Da-da-da. You don't drink anything. All that stuff, know. And yes. Mm-hmm. Like if I was their mom, I don't care. If they didn't hear it at home, or if they did, it's just I'm reinforcing it. So, yeah.
Hey, I recently learned that not everyone in Brownsville does this per se, but I grew up with the costumbre of calling my friends' parents tía y tío.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's exactly for that reason, because they also look out for their kids' friends as well.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, with me, I didn't grow up calling my friends' parents tías or tíos or anything like that. It's so and so's mom, so and so. But the respect is there.
Right.
You have respect for them.
Yeah.
And like you do to your parents.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like that's mainly like a Matamoros thing. Where I think that the families that do that practice of calling the friends' parents tía tío, there's some connection to Matamoros.
Probably. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like growing up with my mom, I had tías and tíos, but they were tías and tíos.
Yeah, your actual aunts and uncles. Yes.
Right, and cousins and stuff. But but like the friends, no, it was their name. But of course, respectfully.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Respectful.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Araceli, final question.
Okay.
It is the final question that I've been giving to each and every one of our guests.
Okay.
I would like to see what yours is. Araceli, imagine that there is a giant stadium, a coliseum of sorts in Brownsville.
Awesome.
With 200,000 seats, which is the population of our community. Everyone is in attendance.
Oh, wow. Nice.
The only person who is not in the seats is you, because you are in the middle of it all, walking to the center with a microphone in your hand, and you're given 1 to 2 minutes to say something. A message to the population of Brownsville, Texas. Araceli, what would that message be?
Wow, that would be very nerve-wracking. Let me just say that. I'd be pretty nervous. I would say be good to each other. Be respectful. Keep God in your life. He's our Lord and Savior. Jesus is our Lord and Savior. Keep that in mind. Always talk to him. And just be a good human being. So that would be it. I think that would ripple. Like if you're good to somebody, that person's going to be good to somebody else. It's just paying it forward. You know, it ripples. It's a ripple effect. So if you're in a good mood and you say, call somebody beautiful or call somebody, hey, you look really handsome today, that makes them feel good. And then they go off and do something good.
Yeah.
You know, it's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So.
And the crowd roars.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Araceli, before this interview, I just got a message that we got a part-time owner of the 77 Flea Market to be our guest.
Right.
But what an amazing surprise to find out that you're actually the owner of Heavenscent Creations.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
One more time for our listeners, where can they find it?
Okay, so Heavenscent Creations, the address is 615 Villa Maria Boulevard, Suite A, Brownsville, Texas, 78520. My phone number is 956-346-1628. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on WhatsApp. I'm on TikTok, Threads. That's another one. And I have an eBay account as well. So, but I sell lots of vintage items and new items. It's a mixture of everything. It's just a pretty cool store. It's nice.
Absolutely. And as someone who makes a living as a retailer, I assure everyone Heavenscent Creations is one of our town's best kept hidden gems.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, a fun shop. It is not too big, not too small, just right for you to spend a good 30 minutes to 45 just browsing around.
You can be there all day, really. I mean, you won't see, you'll be there all day. And then remember, this year is our 10th year anniversary there at the shop.
Yes.
So Wednesday, July 8th, 2026, plan to have an event with food, drinks, vendors outside and stuff. That's the plan. So hopefully, God willing.
10 years as a retailer, something that's absolutely to be proud of.
Right. I am. I'm very happy. Very proud. Yeah. Thank you.
Araceli Perez, thank you for joining us today.
Thank
on
you, Gilbert.
Brownsville
I appreciate
Matters.
it. Thank you for the invitation. This is wonderful. Got to do it again.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap.
This is Michael Quantz with the Brownsville Society for the Performing Arts, here to tell you about our podcast, Brownsville Matters. Everyone in Brownsville has a story to tell, and these are the stories. We broadcast these stories every Friday at 5 p.m. and every Sunday at 3 p.m. on KXIQ 105.1 FM on your radio dial. You can also catch these stories rebroadcast on our YouTube channel for Brownsville Society for the Performing Arts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and smash the notifications if you want more information about these stories that you watch and listen to.